It's about the report on the rule of law and its adoption. As you know, we are able to announce the agenda of the commissioners, the points on the agenda of the Commission, and the dates on which points are adopted on Tuesdays. After that is the meeting of the heads of private office. And that is why it's today that I'm able to tell you that the point that we're talking about, the report on the rule of law, is on the agenda of the College tomorrow, and that it will be adopted tomorrow. And I told you something about the communication that will surround that adoption. Only today was it firmed up that these points would be on the agenda of this Wednesday's College. As you know, there are a whole series of factors that come into play and decide which points make the College's agenda. It's how advanced the preparation is, that kind of thing, but also other things come into play, and various constraints on time, on timings. Things are adopted according to when they're going to go to council, that kind of thing. And it's not advancement. I think you used the word advancement or report, etc. But it's not been advanced. It wasn't clear until this morning when the College would be able to adopt this. So it's not been advanced or anything. I don't think those comments you made on the timing of the report are really relevant, and I certainly don't think you should see any bigger picture with anything else. As to the interview itself and what the Vice President said, there again, I'd like to give the floor to Christian, but he has largely answered that question, I think, already. But nonetheless, I give you the floor, Christian. Now, I have answered twice, in fact. Let me start by the sub-question about contact. I said it in English, but I can say it in French. The position of the Commission on the rule of law is well known. We defend and strengthen the rule of law in Europe through our work, and the Commission will continue striving to that end and remains open to dialogue. Our door is open. Now, as to the interview itself, as I have already said, our position on the rule of law in Hungary is well known, but there are different ways of expressing that. And that is something that I shall refer you to tomorrow's report on. Thank you, Christian. David Caretta, I believe you have a question on the same subject. I have two questions on the same subject. The first is about bilateral contacts and a decision to interrupt bilateral contacts between a commissioner and a government. Politically and legally, is it acceptable? Is it possible, indeed, to break off such contacts? Because I would have thought the treaties required that member states and the institutions cooperate. So what do you think about that? Politically and legally, is it possible to break off all contact with a given commissioner? And then, there's a council later this week, isn't there? Now, will the Vice President raise this directly with... there's a summit, sorry. Will this be raised with the Hungarian Prime Minister? The answer. On your sub-question, the President, will she raise this during the summit? Thursday, Friday, there's a summit, as you said. And the President, as always, will have contacts with a very large number of heads of state and government who will be physically in Brussels this time, in the same building. So, as always, the Vice President will have many contacts across the member states. There's no specific meeting which I could flag up to you. I did announce 2 other bilaterals which the President will have before the Council. But I have no specific meeting to announce on this subject. On the other aspects of the same question, again, I'll give the floor to Christian. Christian's answer. I have given our position on this. That is, our door is open. As you said, there is a principle of loyal cooperation, which applies to contacts between the Commission and Member States. The members of the College and the Commission should be in a position to talk to Member States on all sorts of dossiers, including the difficult things. And that's not just the rule of law, of course. There are many subjects in our work.
Difficult issues together with member states to be able to resolve them.
Merci beaucoup, Christian. Je vérifie maintenant s'il y a d'autres questions.
Thank you, Christian. Are there any other questions on the same subject?